Alright, y'all, since we're talking about psychosis recently, I thought I would share my little story from last January that switched my diagnosis from bipolar 1 to bipolar 2, and I found out later that I was incredibly lucky because bipolar 2 almost always is diagnosed in the psych ward or hospital. So, the thing that I found out later that is different from my mania and bipolar is I always know I'm manic. I actually didn't know it was a thing that people didn't know, because, I can feel it, I can feel my brain, I'm watching myself. I try so hard to, control my actions and approach things from a logical manner, and I can usually actually do a pretty good job. I'm, very hyper and energetic, and that comes across, but I can still work, I can still, do stuff. So the one I had in January, that if you've been following me for a long time, you probably saw some really weird posts on my socials. It was life-changing. I thought I saw in my head a daydream of how the universe began, how it was going to end, and why we're here. And I felt like I had to act like that was all true. I didn't know that it was true. But I kept seeing things and experiencing physical sensations that I had never had before in mania or any type of tripping or anything else. And it felt so real that even my logical brain was like, I have to act like this is real just in case, because the stakes are too high. Now, I kind of had delusions of grandeur, but not in the normal sense. I didn't think I was God. I thought that everyone was God, but a tiny piece of God, because God is dead to die for us to become what we are. And then I saw myself as the dot that was the chaos, the boom shakalaka, the explosion of Jericho that was gonna lead everyone to the next step. I caused a car crash. Everyone was fine. Somehow I didn't get arrested. The cop could tell I was manic. He was like, hey, do you have any, mental issues? I'm like, yeah, I'm bipolar. And he's like, if I call an ambulance, will you go to the hospital? I'm like, yeah. I volunteered after that before anyone said anything to stop driving. Because, again, I was aware that I was manic, and I just realized I had an accident. This is not healthy. But, the crazy part is I'm very spiritual, right? And all of this that was happening during my manic episode had to do with my spirituality. I felt like the TV was talking to me. 2D was talking to me, because I have ADHD and I'd only pay attention during certain parts, and it kept being so spot on that it literally felt like it was talking to me. I thought there was a camera in the vent back there, and I danced for it. I thought someone had hacked my phone, and I threw it down the garbage chute. Never got that back. I didn't even wipe it first. I just threw it down the garbage chute while doing this weird dancing ritual, CC. But the crazy thing is some of the things that happened when I was manic seem to have unlocked a part of my brain that works slightly differently now. Because even when I got to the depression, even when I got to my normal state, I could still do some of the things. I don't know, just weird brain stuff. The first thing is I kind of meditate a little bit differently now sometimes. So I still do my meditations to talk to spirits or whatever in my head and have my stuff. But what I started doing was I regressed and started having imaginary friends, right? And I would imagine them sitting next to me and talking to me in my head. I didn't literally hear voices. I heard the mind voice. I still do that actually. I called on Hecate the one time, and I asked if she wanted to, be in my body for a little bit, and she said, yeah, sure. And I asked what she wanted, and she said a grape. She loved it. She loved that grape so freaking much. And I still do it sometimes when I'm trying something fruity or new that I think she might like. That's just the thing. It's just an imaginary friend, and I know that. But it's fun. I don't know. And I did this thing where I would go like this when I have one earbud in, because I threw out one of my earbuds. I also thought it was evil or hacked or something. I got new earbuds, it's fine. But I would go like this, and I could either block the sound so I heard this more, or I could open it up again. And I can't really do that on the same level, but I kind of can a little bit if I have one earbud in. I can choose how much I will hear out of the ear that does not have an earbud. So yeah, it comes with a lot, because there are some things that stuck with me, and I hate that they stuck with me, but I also kind of like it because they're useful. But also, I acted crazy. I got in a car accident. At one point, I was going to break into a store because I was cold. I just wanted to, like, be warm. I didn't want to steal anything. I just wanted to be warm. My friend had to stop me. Big energy. So yeah, psychosis is no joke. I even knew I was in psychosis. I knew I was manic. I knew I was in the real world and I needed to still act correct. But, like, everyone had cords on their faces and black eyes. And the walls were moving constantly. It only stopped when I closed my eyes. Only when I closed my eyes. Which is actually very unusual for me if I'm tripping or something. Like, I see it with my eyes closed. So it was so unusual. It's really long, so I gotta stop it. But it's just like, be mindful, be careful if you're around someone like that, or if you are someone who is experiencing that, because it's no joke. It's no joke. Take your meds. Take your meds today. Did you take them yet today?